Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 25 of our Local to Global here with the Canadian Wrestling Coalition. As you can tell by the title, today is the day. We finally go up to medium size. Now, gotta say, I've been looking forward to this day for quite some time. Pretty much, I would say, since we went up to small size. Now, there are a lot of things we have to do this episode, so I don't want to waste any time. I want to get straight into it, and I want to get this remaining 2 popularity that we need in Ontario. Obviously, to get the 2 popularity, I think we're going to have to put on some pretty good shows for this episode. So I'm expecting, you know, we're gonna be putting on some decent main events here at the very least. Now, of course, in the last episode, we finally broke over $1 million in the bank account. We actually finished the episode off with about 1.1 million, so we're in a very, very good position. We've also got our rival company here, Black Maple Championship Wrestling. They're essentially coming in for most of our workers at the moment, so I think that's pretty interesting as I move my chair back a little bit, but yeah. I mean, looking at their roster, they look like they've lost quite a few of their, main workers. They've still got Devin Raynaud, who is very, very good, as you can see there. Also got relatively good popularity. He's definitely been one of their better workers. But yeah, most of the rest of them have disappeared out of there. Anyway. I also got Gary the Entertainer relocating there, so that's nice. I was a little bit worried in that last episode when New York City offered him a contract, but luckily it was only a handshake deal, so it's going to be sticking around with us. Anyway, let's put it on to Wrestle World here for Championship Wrestling. And we need to do some more meddling. This time for... Why do Charlie Corner and Pepper Pelton have tension? Yeah, why do they have tension? That's really strange. I don't think that was there last episode, unless I missed it. Anyway, so we're just going to go for Diaz. And Zeus. It's kind of the only one that I'm actually a little bit worried about. We're expected to have 8,300 fans here tonight, which is a pretty big attendance. We're going to be in Mississauga as well, which is fine. And my chair's squeaking there. Main event. What are we doing? We're doing Aussie Goldstein. And he is going to be taking on... I think Angry Gilmore. I think that's our main event. But we're gonna do something with this main event. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a draw. And the reason for the draw will be revealed in a second here. So I guess we're gonna go... I guess it doesn't really matter. It's probably a... We don't actually need to do a cheap win, because it's going to be a double DQ finish anyway. And essentially what's going to happen is we're going to have interference. We're going to have just a lot of shenanigans, shall we say. So Gilmore is going to be attacked by both Zeus and by... Or is his name? D for Davis. Going to be attacked by both of them. Goldstein is going to also be attacked by somebody as well. And he's going to be attacked by... Where are we? Diaz. So, yeah, Diaz is going to get involved in this match. Not really any reason why yet, because that will be revealed very soon, but yeah. And then, of course, the match is basically just going to, turn into absolute turmoil, and it's going to be classed as a double DQ number 1 contenders match. So it's going to finish a draw. And obviously, we're not going to have a true number 1 contender. The next match we're going to go with is... who are we going to go with? We're going to go with the Rock City Stars and Doomsday Generation. We have done this match quite a lot, but that's perfectly fine. almost starting to think that I might want to push Doomsday Generation. I think their time is nearly upon us. Nearly upon us. As far as Diaz goes, I think I want him to take on Americana. Don't think we've done this match too many times. We've never done it, so there we go. And obviously, our boy Diaz is going to pick up the victory. He will be the first person we offer a written exclusive contract to. We've already offered one to Davis, so we got him locked down, but it was very expensive. $17,000 per month. I guess as far as Davis goes, we may as well just put Davis and Zeus in a match together. Kind of makes sense. They can take on Los Hermanos 3. Let's go Los Hermanos 2. Yeah, that makes more sense. And that'll essentially allow us to keep Gonzalez without taking an actual pinfall, which will be beneficial in the future. That can be a storytelling match. And yeah, we need one more singles match, so let's go for Blue Dragon and Bowden Snoop. I mean, that's fine. And I think we'll give Blue Dragon the victory there as well. It's going to be involved primarily in a tag team for most of his career, so kind of makes sense for him to get some wins, because he's going to be probably thrown into the fire with the tag belts relatively soon. Anyway, let's do our angles. So Gilmore, in case you missed it in the last episode, he managed to get a 100 rated angle. Yeah, a 100, which seems really, really crazy, but after all, it is Angry Gilmore. Shouldn't really be too out of the realm of possibilities. I was very surprised, though. I was definitely surprised. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have Alexander Robinson make an appearance. Haven't seen him for quite some time. Still kind of I guess you would call him the authority figure, even though he doesn't really get involved very much, but he is the owner of the company, and that's well known amongst the fans. So he's going to essentially book a match, and he's going to book a match for the World Championship. Of course, after the main event, we could not determine a clear number one contender, and clearly quite a few people liked to get involved. Now, this match will occur at the pay-per-view. However, I am willing to change the day to accommodate Aussie Goldstein, who is going to be involved in this match. So Goldstein's the first man, Angry Gilmore, as you'd expect, the two guys that are actually in the number one contenders match. Then, of course, we do have Zeus, so the alliance between Davis and Zeus could potentially be coming to an end. Obviously, you'd kind of expect them to come together during the match, but I mean, realistically, there's a pretty strong possibility that, you know, Zeus could maybe go on his own and try and win the world title in this 5-way match. And Diaz is going to be the final competitor there. Just want to get him involved. Just want to get him involved there. He's not going to be winning, but let's just say he's in the hunt. He's in the hunt with the big boys. So I consider him a main eventer. And yeah, he's going to get an opportunity to be in that main event at our big pay-per-view at the end of the year, actually. I might even make it a season finale, which was something that was asked of me previously in a comment as well. Okay, next angle, let's go for maybe just Davis and Zeus together. I think that kind of makes sense. It's going to be in a tag team match. May as well put them together, and I think we'll script it as well. Just want to make sure that they are going to do decent work on the microphone. We'll go before their match, that's fine. And then I guess the final angle we can just give to the Rock City Stars. So let's go Rock and Ryan Turner and our boy Stan Manor. Easy. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's run with that. All right, so we start off with a 37 rated opening match, where we have Blue Dragon defeating Bowden Snoop in 12:01 by pinfall with a Dragon Driver. 8,400 fans as well in Mississauga, so there we go. Not a bad opening match between the youngsters here. Blue Dragon actually outperforming Bowden Snoop. Alright, we then go into a 63 rated angle where we have Davis Wayne Newton and Zeus Maximilian together. Of course, I guess they could be like the blonde alliance, I guess. I don't know. The blonde Canadians, maybe. Something weird. Anyway, moving into their tag match, which gets a 60 rating. Very decent. And we have Davis Wayne Newton and Zeus Maximilian defeating Los Hermanos 2 in 12:10 when Zeus Maximilian pinned Luis Frost with a Thunderbolt. As you'd expect, Davis head and shoulders above everybody else, and yeah, Luis being the weak link in this one. All good. Obviously, Davis coming out of the match looking good, and yeah, these two have great chemistry. In case you missed the last episode, but that's a very solid tag team match. We then go into a 57 rated match for our boy James Diaz here. He's still improving. He's definitely doing a lot of good work at the moment, which is why I'm kind of considering him as one of our stars, even though I think he actually is a star in the company. I do kind of see him as a main eventer right now as well. And yeah, an Americana. He's doing some decent work, up to a 43 in the ring as well. We then go into a 74 rated angle here from the Rock City Stars. They're really doing some good work as well. Of course, Feel Good Inc. were doing some decent promos of this similar level, and that was kind of the catalyst behind their title push. So I'm starting to think that maybe the Rock City Stars could be up there as well. I mean, they've always been up there, but they haven't actually had a successful title victory yet. So they're going to be champions one day, very soon probably. Their tag team match getting a 56 rating, and we have the Rock City Stars defeating Doomsday Generation in 11:52 when Stan Manor pinned Original Sinner with a rock and roller. Yeah, Sinner being the weak link, struggling, but he did get a 31, so he's still improving. He's also getting better at his gimmick, which I think is already pretty good from what I remember. Anyway, moving into a 93 rated angle from Angry Gilmore. This is how good he is, man. He is an absolute beast. It's not a 100. It's not a 100, but it's pretty close. Pretty close, and that's going to help the overall show so much. Anyway, yeah, basically just says that he got the victory over Zeus at the pay-per-view because of Davis's involvement, and he's got a feeling that it's not the end between them and Davis and Zeus, and of course he's gearing up to go into the main event, which is a number one contenders match for the world title. So he's expecting shenanigans. And we get a 73 rated match. And of course, we've got the shenanigans he talked about. Ozzy Goldstein drew with Angry Gilmore in 2028 following a double disqualification. During the match, we also had a lot of interference. Zeus Maximilian targeting Gilmore. Davis Wayne Newton attacked Gilmore. And finally, James Diaz interfering against Ozzy Goldstein. So yeah, there we go. We've got a bit of a situation on our hands when it comes to the number one contendership. And of course, that is going to lead into this angle, which is 69. So that's not too bad considering there's 6 men involved, all rated on entertainment. And yeah, basically Alexander Robinson, which is actually my playable character in the game, my avatar, if you will. He's the owner, comes out, says that he needs a number one contender, and obviously that could not be decided. So as a result, all 5 of you men will be involved in our world title match. Davis, you're going to have 4 number one contenders coming at you. And of course, one of those is your impromptu tag team partner, Zeus Maximilian. So there we go. That is going to be our main event. Like I said, we're going to book around Aussie Goldstein. So obviously, if ACPW have a show for, what is it, Saturday, I think, in week 4, then we will either move it to Sunday or we'll move it to Friday, depending on when their other shows are as well, I guess. It kind of just depends on them. But yeah, the performance of Angry Gilmore was good. And we also have James Diaz benefiting from a hot catchphrase as well. Happy with that. We might have to use Diaz a little bit more in the angles. And that is our best ever show. Okay. We get a 74 rating for our first show of the episode. We're definitely gaining a point of popularity for that one. Let's just say that right now. 100%. Anyway, we do have morale issues. I think Zeus still has issues. Diaz obviously has issues as well. And I can't remember who else. I think Americana might still have issues, so we'll praise him as well. Actually, it might have been better to go with Rock and Ryan Turner. I think he was the one we were most recently praising, along with those two. Although I think he only had minor morale issues. Yeah. I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so there we go. Gary the Entertainer has been hired by New York City on a handshake deal. Frustrating, to say the least. Another thing I did want to do, which we'll do in a second, but we get 144,000 viewers there for championship bout. But we're going to go to Diaz, and we're going to ask him to go up in size. So let's do that. Where are we? Physical. I'd like you to increase your size. So we're going to ask him to go up to big heavyweight. Obviously, there could be some downside to that if he gets fat. Basically, he's going to lose star quality, which will be terrible because he's currently a muscular heavyweight. But I want to do it because I want to try and get that star quality. I think he's at about 67 at the moment. I want to try and get it close to about 75. And he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to become more muscular either. Okay, Diaz, whatever you want to do, buddy. Yeah, I guess we're staying at 66 star quality for him. Anyway. What about... Let's have a look at Gary. Because Gary's in a similar situation. He's at 76, though. Do I want to risk that? He's only small. He's only a middleweight. I kind of do want to risk it. Let's risk it. Very nerve-wracking. Anyway. Physical, increase in size. He's not really interested. What about better shape? I don't know, why wouldn't he want to go up in size? Yeah, that's really frustrating. Anyway. I guess there's nothing I can do. Let's just advance. Actually, we'll check popularity first. It's probably the smart thing to do. And there we go. We are officially 1 point away. We need 59 in Ontario, and we already have 35 in Quebec or Manitoba, as you can see there. Only has to be one of the two, but we have both of them anyway. So here we go. One more show. One more show. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited as well. You know, you've been on this journey with me for a long time, 25 episodes. Some of you have been, you know, subscribed to the channel for much longer than that. And I don't think I've ever actually brought a company from local, from 0 pop up to already getting a pay rise there. From 0 pop up to what is essentially a cult company. I don't know why I said company like that. Yeah. I think obviously the road to glory. Actually, I got pretty close for New York City back in the day. I think we were very, very close, actually. I think we were maybe like a few points away from getting up to cult. And then obviously the series stopped, but obviously the road to glory was probably the next closest. However, we jumped companies, so we went from our starting company, which was Summit Wrestling, and we were on our way to going up to cult. We were essentially a regional company, and then we jumped up to a cult company, which is what you're allowed to do within the rules. And of course, going to Ole, which is a medium-sized company. Actually, I think they might have... were they cult or were they regional when I first got there? I think they were cult. I think they were already cult. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure they were cult. Yeah, they would have been, because I don't... oh, actually, now that I think about it, I have no idea. Maybe they were regional. I think they were regional. I think the reason why I left Summit was because we were only like still relatively new to the regional. We'd been at regional for a few episodes, but I think I remember looking at Ole because we got turned down for a TCW job, who were cult, and then Ole were regional, but they only needed like a few points of popularity to go up to cult. So I think then I decided to go with them instead because they were so close. So I guess technically I have, well, not from 0 pop, but yeah, you get my drift. You catch my waves that I'm putting out there. Yeah, Black Maple, they're still going after everybody at the moment. They're going after Zippy, they're going after Marco. But essentially what's happening is, because we're at war with them, they're automatically declining the offers, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening, because as you can see, we just can't see any offers by Black Maple. We also got Davis leaving El Ring. Didn't even realize that he was currently working for them, so that's interesting, I guess. Not really too interesting, but there we go. Also worth having a look at TCW here. Yeah, they're doing pretty well in this series, in this save. Okay. Let me actually have a look at that for a second. Let's have a look at relationships. So they declared war on us back in the day, but now they only have a neutral opinion. But we still have an extremely negative opinion of BMCW. So that's pretty funny in its own right, I think. And yeah, so I guess we'll just advance. So let's get into the to the next show. Okay. So this could be it. This could be the show. We've got an incident, and we've got Blue Dragon lifting the locker room, becoming very popular backstage, and then we've got some more meddling to do. Go for Diaz on this side this time, and then Zeus over here. And it's backfired. Oh, man. Oh, why do these things have to happen, man? Why did Diaz botch a move in the first place? He's too good for that. He is too good. We're expecting 9,500 fans. We're going to Ottawa. There we go. That is insane, man. Alright, so what are we doing for this main event? Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's do a handicap match. Let's do a 2-on-3 handicap. That's perfect. So I have to go right down the bottom. That's where the handicaps are. So 2 versus 3, and what's going to happen here is we're going to put Davis and our boy Zeus together, and they're going to face the team of 3. So the tables are turned. However, there is some weird stuff that's going to happen during the match. So Diaz is going to be involved, Angry Gilmore, and of course Aussie Goldstein. Now, if you remember back to the last show, Diaz got involved in that #1 contenders match and attacked Goldstein. So there's some weird stuff going on with those two. Definitely some weird stuff. And what is going to happen is Davis is going to pin Goldstein, and the reason is going to be, well, I'll explain it once the match is actually taking place. Probably a good place to talk about it. But there we go, decisive win. Maybe I'll do a tainted win, actually. Just so it doesn't hurt these two. I mean, Diaz doesn't really matter. He'll just probably be benefiting from being in that match. Basically, with how good the match is going to be. So there's our main event scene sorted out. I think I want to maybe go for a Feel Good Inc. match. I think they can maybe just take on a couple of jobbers. Let's go for Robin Newman, and let's go for Pepper Pelton. Why not? Poor Pepper. He's got chilly momentum. Feel sorry for the guy, but he's just not very good. He's not very good, and I don't really like him. I don't see much of a character behind him. Spicy Pepper. Almost a bit of a joke, I guess. I guess he is a bit of a joke, to be fair. I didn't do any... Oh, I did. Okay. For some reason, I thought I didn't do any road agent notes there. The next match, let's go for Gonzalez. Just want him to get a victory. He can take on Jay Silver. I kind of like Jay Silver. I mean, as far as the sort of jobbers on the roster go, he's probably my favorite jobber. And I think I probably will start pushing him at some stage. He's also like one of the better jobbers that we actually have. If I show you his skills here, he's actually pretty decent. So I feel like we'll try and give him a bit of a push very soon. He's only 21 years old as well. You know, very good star quality, very good charisma, very good basics as well. Really good primary skills, solid flashiness, and pretty good brawling and technical there as well. Just lacking the psychology, as most of them are, but yeah, I do rate him. I do rate him pretty highly. But yeah, he's going to be losing to Gonzalez. We're then going to go with Jack Pride, and he's going to take on... I guess he can take on Blue Dragon? Yeah, we'll do it. I mean, Blue Dragon's coming off a win, so... can essentially take that off him, I guess, but... hopefully this match isn't going to struggle. It shouldn't. He's got relatively good psychology. How's Jack Pride doing, actually? Yeah. He's only up 5 basics in a year. And 2 psychology. I really need to use him more, I think. I really do. I'm kind of overlooking him a little bit. Alright, so he'll go there, and then I guess we'll finish off with a tag team match here as well. Let's have Collateral Damage take on Young and Wasted. And we'll give our boy Taylor Norton, who was very impressive in that last episode, both in a singles match and a tag team match main event. I think we'll work the crowd with this one. And then we'll make the other tag match. I guess, I don't want to make this one. Don't know why. I just like tag matches to be storytelling. Because I feel like there's a lot more story to be told from an actual tag team match. Okay, what are we doing? We need angles. So let's go. Alright, I think what I want to do is I want to have a fighting angle after the... should I just go a fighting angle with all of them involved? That might be the play. Let's go Davis. Let's go Zeus. Let's go Angry Gilmore. Let's go Aussie Goldstein and James. They're all going to be fighting, so there's only going to be a 4-minute angle after the main event. We'll throw in some success there for their respective storylines. 4 minutes. Robinson. So I guess the what would we say? All members of the 5-way brawl to end the show. Apologies for my keyboard bashing there. But I think that's a good way to end the show. I think we'll do an angle before the main event as well. And I think I want to do... Let's go Gilmore. And we'll go on to Davis. Who's going to be off-screen. But Gilmore is going to say that he's... Angry Gilmore is going to punish Davis Wayne Newton by taking his world title. Now remember that Davis is looking to be the most decorated champion in CWC history. Primarily because with this title defense, if he defends in this 5-way match, he will have the most title defenses out of any other champion. He'll have 7, beating out Americana Jr., who I believe had 6, which he's currently tied with. So there we go. I think they both were... Let's actually have a look at that real quick. I think they both were 2-time champions as well. Actually, no. Only Diaz is a 2-time champion. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that, but there we go. Okay, I'm kind of blanking on what I need to do. All right, so we need a Gabriella Ortega and Marco Gonzalez angle. What's wrong with that? Robinson. So let's establish that storyline there. Or that is the storyline, I guess, establishing. Brothers for life. So that'll go there. How much time we got? I guess we can do one more angle. So let's just go for Feel Good Inc. So Gary and Zippy. Art Reed to Road Agent, and we'll advance the tag division storyline as well. I wonder what the storyline requirements are going to be once we actually go up to medium. Anyway, that is the second show here. Let's run it. So we start off with a 53 rated tag match with Young and Wasted defeating Collateral Damage in 11:31 there, when Taylor Norton pinned Leo Caddy LeBlanc with a tumbleweed splash. That's a really good match, considering who's involved on this side of it. But yeah, we had 3 people off their games, and surprisingly, Leo Caddy is the only person that wasn't off his game in this match. That's impressive. Still got a 20 in ring, which is dreadful, but he wasn't off his game, because if he was, he would have got under a 20. So there we go. We then go straight into another match, which gets a 39. We have Primetime Jack Pride defeating Blue Dragon in 11:53 by pinfall with a Pride fall. And unfortunately, Primetime Jack Pride was really off his game, which is unfortunate, but again, he needs a lot of work. He really does. We then go into a 64 rated angle here with Feel Good Inc. A little bit lower than what we would probably expect from them, but as you can see, there was no sort of bonus for not having a script. So it was, I guess, primarily smack bang in the middle where it, should be, I guess, for a scripted angle maybe. But either way, 64 is still pretty good. Leading into their match, which is not as good, for good reason. We get a 37 tag team match here. And we do have Feel Good Inc., the current champions, defeating the jobber team of Robin Newman and Pepper Pelton in 12-11, when we had Zippy Deverell pin Robin Newman with a lip service. And yeah, Zippy seemed off his game. So that's unfortunate, but it's a really bad match for some reason. I thought these two here would be able to carry these jobbers, but I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. Anyway. We then go into a 51 rated angle. That seems a lot higher than it has done recently. 51, that's big. Anyway, Gabriella Ortega. I always say that I see her as a Zelina Vega trying to put over Andrade and Angel Gomez. And she's doing a decent job of putting over Marco Gonzalez at the moment. So there we go. Yeah, I think she was getting like high 30s recently. So I don't know where this 50 rated angles come from, because she's also scripted as well. So it's not really like a freak accident or anything. Anyway, I'm happy with that leading into his match, which gets a 45. That's respectable. We do have Marco Gonzalez defeating Jay Silva in 11:50 by submission with a Latino crab. Yeah, good match. Happy for Jay Silva there to get a decent rating, even though we're not using him properly. Let's be real, we're just not. We then go into a 92 rated angle from Angry Gilmore. What a signing this guy is, man. It was a big risk. It was a big risk because we were making a lot of money, but he's 44 years old. And of course, when he first came in, he had the ring rust. He was not performing to the level that I thought he was going to. And he's been a bit of a revelation, more so than Zeus as well, which is good to see. Because Zeus came in like a house on fire, as opposed to Gilmore. But yeah, 92. He got that 100 on that big pay-per-view on the last episode, which was pretty amazing. But still getting 90s consistently now, so it seems. Yeah. Going to the main of... Oh my god. Our best ever match. We get an 81 rated match. I wasn't really expecting that, to be honest, but there it is, 81. And this is going to be our show that takes us up to medium size. Wow. Wow. Anyway, we've got Davis Wayne Newton and Zeus Maximilian defeating Angry Gilmore, Ozzy Goldstein, and James Diaz in a handicap match in 20 minutes and 2 seconds, when the GOAT himself, Davis Wayne Newton, submitted Ozzy Goldstein with an STF after blatantly cheating. So basically, like I said, I was going to explain the story. The story for this match is obviously Goldstein and Diaz. Diaz interfered in the match, which caused it to be a draw, because obviously Goldstein was attacked by Diaz, and Gilmore was attacked by both Davis and Zeus. Double DQ, match is over. It's a draw, no number one contender. Comes a 5-way. There's the story, right? So in this match, Goldstein's been in the ring. It's been beaten down. Gilmore's already been attacked outside of the ring, say by Zeus. Again, continuing their feud. And Davis is in the ring, as he did get the victory there. And yeah, Goldstein has a chance to tag in Diaz. And Diaz has his hand out, pulls the hand away. And Goldstein can't make the tag out. And then gets locked in to an STF. And yeah, has to tap out, unfortunately. But there we go. I feel like that's a really good match. And I feel like there's a nice little story behind it as well, because you would probably expect this team of Gilmore, Goldstein, and Diaz to actually get the victory. But yeah, it's not to be. And yeah, what a weird thing to see. Both of our, veteran workers in this match, Zeus and Angry Gilmore, both off their games, and we still got an 81, which is incredible. Angry with a 63 in-ring performance as well. That's massive. That is massive. He's actually improving. And I don't really know how, but there we go. And yeah, they're both off their games. I don't understand that. They're 45 and 44 years old, so you'd expect them to be able to perform to the best of their ability. But there we go, 81, and we finish off the show with a 5-man brawl, and of course Goldstein and Diaz are going at it outside the ring, and then we've got a 2-on-1 beatdown onto Angry Gilmore inside the ring as the show finishes. And we get a 70 for this fighting angle. So that's not too bad. I'll take a 70 rated fighting angle that goes for 4 minutes. And once again, we've got our best ever show rating. Back to back. We had a 74 for the last one, and we've now got a 75. But the real question is, are we medium? Are we medium size? Anyway, let's do some more praising. Zeus, Diaz, and I don't know who else. You know what? Let's go Leo Caddy. Yeah, why not? I know he has issues, so may as well make the most of them, I guess, but don't really like praising him. I mean, he's already injured 2 people, and he's just plain dreadful, to be honest, but here we go. Lick their lips. We're about to go up to medium. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Here we go. Yes, there we go, guys. Rise to medium size. We've finally done it. Yes. 25 episodes and we're here. Perfect. Also, almost 156,000 viewers as well. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. Here we go. The push to global starts right now. This is where it starts. We're at medium. We can offer proper written contracts. We're going to be making a lot more money in sponsorship. And of course, the biggest thing is broadcasters, because now things are opening up to us. Medium size is pretty much the bare minimum for any real broadcasters. There are some that you can get on when you're small, but medium is where it's at, and they're the real ones. So I think what we'll do, we'll take a little look at that. But the first thing we're going to do, I've talked about it and talked about it and talked about it, and that is written exclusive contracts for the best young wrestlers we have. And we have to start with this man right here. Exclusive written, ironclad contract per month. Only wants 7,000 per month, which is actually very affordable, but we want to try and get a 10-year contract. So no travel cover there. Let's just go events and A shows, because realistically, I'm probably never going to have a B show for this series. Just doesn't make any sense for me to have a B show. Because obviously I'm recording everything, and I'm sure you guys don't really want to watch me book a B show. Alright, so he's going to want 15,000 per month, which, hold on, let me just make this all shows, because it's probably going to be 15, yeah. I may as well just go all shows for him as well. So it's a minimum of 15,000 per month, I think, for all the young workers, basically. But I think we have to do it. Because, like I said, he is going to be our future. 15,000 is a lot of money, I know. Especially at this stage. We're not going to be offering everybody a contract, so keep that in mind. But Diaz is the first. The next, I think, has to be Mr. Goldstein. How much is Mr. Goldstein going to want for a 3-year contract? It's going to want the same as Davis. And we're going to have some competition, let's be real. Because if we go into him, ACPW, they're going to come in. They're going to come in. We know that for a fact. If they'd be stupid not to, really. They would be stupid not to. Alright. Can you do an exclusive handshake with an ironclad? I guess you can. That's strange. Now, do I want to go 3 years or do I want to go 4 years and take a bit of a risk? I think I might go 4 years. I'm just trying to think. It's going to be like an extra... It's going to be towards 75,000 extra per month. But I mean, we're already making over 300,000. Let's go 4 years. Got to risk it for the biscuit. Anyway. Let's go all shows. Actually, I wonder if we can get it cheaper than that. Let's try 14,000. Yeah, it's not going to be cheaper. There's no point in doing that. He literally just wants his 17,200 per month. And he, of course, wants higher merch. Did Diaz take 0 merchandise? I don't remember increasing Diaz's merchandise. Or did I just leave it at 15? I honestly can't remember. Alright, but there's 20% there for Goldstein. That's a big one. We needed Goldstein. He's at least the short term for our company. And I guess the very, very short term would be Gilmore, but we really don't need to be offering him a contract. I don't think. I mean, he's up to 71 popularity. He very well could. Yeah, there's just no point though. Honestly, there's no point. He's only going to be, you know, what, 1,200 per show, and we're only going to use him a maximum of about 5 times per month. So even if we don't use him, we're actually saving money. So that works out better, I think. But the next guy we're going to chuck on is going to be Marco Gonzalez. Been, I would say, one of the standouts recently. Of course, he's got wrestling in the blood as well, with his father, Sean Gonzalez, there. So he's going to get a $15,000 contract as well. Going to get that ironclad monthly contract for 10 years. I'll try and give him 0 merchandise as well. But there you go. So 15 is the minimum for these guys. There we go. There's another contract given away. And he also wants 0 merchandise sales, which I don't get. That's so good for us. Same as Diaz. 0% merchandise for 10 years, and he's going to be an absolute star. And it is ironclad. It is ironclad as well, so that can't be changed. That's a weird one, man. That is a weird, weird deal. Anyway, the final guy we're going to offer a contract to, a lot of you guys are big fans of him. It is the man, the Japanese megastar, Yuta Sono. Just look at him, 87 star quality. There is going to be one more signing we're going to make, but he's not actually at the company currently, and I've talked about him quite a lot over the course of the series. But yeah, Yuta Sono, 81 basics already. He's only 24 years old. 64 psych as well, so he's almost able to call a match. But let's get him on an exclusive written contract here as well. For 10 years, we're going big. We're going very big. He's going to want 15k as well. So, I mean, even these guys that we're signing, I mean, yes, we're spending 15k per month for each of them, but they've also already got a decent amount of popularity in Ontario. So it's not like it's not like they're like 0 pop workers that we're signing here. They are relatively decent. They really are. Anyway, so that's going to be it as far as the written or the exclusive written contracts we're going to give away on our roster. But what I need to check next is our boy, or my boy, my favorite worker in the C-verse for 2020. And that is Will Beaumont, the Hulk Hogan of Australia. He does have 0 popularity in Ontario. He's got a lot of pop in Australia. And as you can see, only on a handshake deal for Raw and APW. Let me show you his skills. As you can see, the dude's got 94 star quality. 94. 96 charisma. 67 and 64 for microphone and acting. 61 basics, which is Not great, and it actually looks like it could be capped there. So that's a big worry, actually. Now that I think about it, if that's capped, oh, that's bad. That's so bad. He's only 24. How can that be capped? At least his selling's going up. Ooh, consistency's stuck. Safety looks like it's stuck there as well. I mean, there are a few things here that I'm not liking. There are. Psychology is still going up. Well, it was up until the last 4 months, but I pretty much have to sign him at this point. We got to sign him and hope and pray that his basics goes up. I will put him in a match with Angry Gilmore every single show until he starts improving in basics. All right, so we're gonna do it. We need to talk to the young lad and ask him to come and work in Canada. Says yes, now available, and we can sign him. So I'm expecting a little bit of blowback. We might have to do some proper fighting for him. We could essentially get him for 2,200 per month, which would be really cheap. But obviously it's not going to be for 10 years. I'm assuming that maximum would be, I think 4 years is the max. Let's test it out actually. Let's go like 2,000. Okay, he would want 8,000 for 4 years. So there you go. That's kind of the position you're in. 4 years, which isn't even half of 10, is more than half of the per month fee. So realistically, you're getting a longer contract, ironclad, for cheaper than it would be to do 2 separate 4-year contracts, if that makes sense. Obviously, the second round of negotiating is going to be obviously a lot higher. So that's an interesting way. You might be wondering why I'm giving out 10-year contracts. That is the reason for it. It's just cheaper to do it that way, especially on an ironclad. Some of you might think, that's a bit stupid to do because, we might only be running the series for another 3 or 4 years anyway, until we're global. That's obviously a possibility as well, but yeah, I don't want to take any risks, especially with the top talent that is available. Anyway, don't really know what to do. We've got penalties, which is great because ACPW are now the same level as us. So there we go. And what levels are they? So they've got like some of the best production levels as well because they got the on-dem broadcaster as well. So professional, that's only 1 level higher. That's fine. So small is the next there. They've only got small. Okay, so that's only 1 level again. But I think they've got 2 levels for broadcast quality because they've got industry standard and we would only be in-house. So I think that goes up 1 more to industry standard. Anyway, I think what we're going to do, we're going to run the next show as with these penalties because I think we have at least a month to make sure we still increase. So let's just go for it. Let's advance to the next show. We'll hopefully get some of these contracts sorted out. And we're going to start thinking about our next moves because we might want to, I guess maybe in the next episode, we might want to try and sign some of the better workers that are out there and get them onto exclusive written contracts. I think it's almost time to potentially raid some of the other companies. CZCW, New York City, GSW, ACPW as well, potentially. We'll try and look at their most popular, talented workers, and we'll try and potentially throw a few more contracts out there and see what happens. But here is Diaz. Yes! He was the one I was worried about because he is going to be our future. Okay. Are we running house shows for some reason? Ooh. Yeah, what happened to Will? Seems like he just got a deal with Raw straight away. And I was not able to... How many days did we advance there? We advanced 2 days, and he signed a contract immediately. Alright, so we're not getting the Hulk Hogan of Australia. Kind of a little bit happy about that one, because I was actually really hesitant to make that deal. I still love him, but his basic's stuck at 61. That's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. So a little bit happy. I'm not too upset about that. I thought I would be, you know, if we... I thought Raw were going to come in anyway. So I'm okay with that. Now, the Goldstein, he is one we cannot lose. So let's have a look. Okay, so they're offering a 25% merchandise. They're offering a sign-on bonus as well, travel cover, and 10% per event. Ooh. I think we're still offering him, or we're offering him less money. Oh, this is the headache that we go through. This is the headache. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to offer him the same amount of money on a 4-year. We're going to offer him 20% per event, 25% merchandise, and maybe 10,000 sign-on. I want to give him a little bit more sign-on. We'll match the 25 there as well, and the travel cover. All right, so 20%. How much they offer? 20,540. So let's match that. Signing bonus of 10k. I mean, the bonus is nothing. I don't really care about that. And yeah, I mean, let's try that. See what happens. Okay, so I think we actually have the upper hand in the battle at the moment. And it says we're running house shows. I don't know why that is. Also want to make that show our season finale. Combined action. Not exactly a decent name. But I guess for this year we'll make it our season finale. Yes. Okay. Alright, there we go. Season finale event. Okay. What does Zippy have morale issues now? Injured via a botch. These botched moves are going to come back to bite me in the ass, I swear. Oh, they're so frustrating. Look how many issues we have on the roster now. All these problems, all these simmering tension and dislike between people. It's going to be a long episode, by the way, guys. As you can probably tell, we're already an hour in and we still got 2 shows to get through. Okay, let's just get into it. Actually, I think I want to advance 2 days at a time. Potentially even 1 day at a time. Until we get these contracts back. Because I'm expecting ACPW will probably go in again. And they'll probably offer about 22k. I think our max for Goldstein would be 25. I don't think we can go any higher than 25, to be honest. Oh, I thought that was Goldstein. Alright, we got a Sono. Still waiting for Marco and Aussie. Go another 2 days. Come on, boys. Come. Stay with us. Come on, Aussie Goldstein. You're a former world champion. Let's go. Another thing we need to do is get the Canadian Championship in as well. I don't know what to do with that, because I really did want to buy the belt. Alright, so there's Gonzalez. As I do a big yawn, but Gonzalez is in. Just waiting on Goldstein. Just waiting on Goldstein. Oh, I'm so nervous. We can't lose him. He's one of our biggest stars, man. He really is. I'll be pretty upset if we lose Aussie. He's kind of been with us for... It was like that first big signing that we actually made. Back in the day. Come on. What are these house shows? I need to sort that house show issue out. Yes! Come on! Yes! Aussie Goldstein. I mean, it's more expensive than we wanted. 20% per event, that's a lot. That is a lot. What's 20% of 20,000? It's what? 3,500? Something like that? Something like that. So Charlie Corner, I mean, he's just been offered another silly deal by BMCW. But Mask Cougar, I think he's only he's a road agent now, isn't he? No, he's still wrestling. Okay, that could be interesting as well. It's going to be probably way too much money. I mean, we just can't compete with TCW. They've got millions and millions of dollars. Let me just show you real quick. $133 million TCW have. SWF, $257 million. What about US Pro? Oh, just a nice little $328 million. Who else? Who should we look at? Oh, maybe CWA. $20 million. I mean, that's not that impressive, but it's 20 more than we have. Let's be real. Anyway, good to see that most of our morale issues have gone, kind of. I'm upset that Jay Silver has issues. Anyway, what was I doing? I've lost my train of thought. I have no idea. How do I turn off house shows? That's a problem we're going to have. House shows. Turn off all days. There we go. Okay. I don't want any house shows. I don't want anything like that running. I don't know if it brings in money. I don't care. We're not doing it. I want the old type of booking. That's what I like. Anyway, let's get into this show now. It is tomorrow, so we can finally get into it. This episode's definitely going to be an hour and a half long, at a minimum. Could potentially even be longer, considering we're already an hour and 2 minutes in, and we are still yet to book 2 shows, with one of them being I would say the biggest show of the series so far, being the end of month pay-per-view. But what I want to do is this one's a good test, because this is going to be the production value penalties and all that type of stuff. So we'll get to see how that's going to affect us again, which I'm kind of looking forward to a little bit. Anyway, we've got incident here. Hopefully wrestlers caught. Perfect. Positive impact there for Taylor Norton. And once again, we've got some more meddling to do. So this time, let's go for Zeus again. Zeus and James. No effect. Oh man, I'm so frustrated that they have issues. Okay, so now we're getting the penalty. This is something that I've heard about. So we get a penalty because we oversaturate a specific region. Now, I think this is something new, because this wasn't, I don't think it was around for most of my TCW series. But basically, if you keep running shows, it lowers your potential attendance after a certain amount of shows. Not that it matters too much, because we're already getting about nearly 1,000 more than we did last time. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to run this one in, I guess, let's go to Mississauga. Yeah, we'll go Mississauga. Mississauga. Alright, so this show, what do we want to do for this one? I have absolutely no clue as to what I want this main event to be. That's a bit of a problem. I think what I want to do is have Gilmore take on Diaz. I think we have done this match before. Do we go 20 minutes? That's the question, though. I think we do. I think Diaz's basics is capped at 75. That's not good. That is not good at all. Wish I saw that before. I might not have offered him a written contract. Anyway, we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. He's still one of the best talents. Let's not... Oh, this basics is really frustrating me. Anyway, obviously Gilmore's going to get a victory here. He kind of needs to. We will call it. I'm wondering if he's going to get the stamina penalty as well. But I don't think he will. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a ban on anybody coming down from ringside. Robinson, he wants some peace and quiet for these matches. There's going to be no involvement, and basically before the show, he's going to come out and say that anybody that interferes in a match is going to be fined, I don't know, $20,000 or something like that. Anyway, moving into the next match, I want to have a rematch for the tag team titles. So let's have Feel Good Inc. and they're going to take on Los Hermanos 3. And yeah, we'll give Gary Walker the victory. I'm pretty sure he was the winner last time these two teams met. Up next, we'll go Davis in a... I guess it'll be a bit of a throw. Yeah, we'll call it a throwaway match. I want to go for Jay Silver again. Want to keep improving Silver. Like I said, he will get his push soon enough. So the better that he can become before that, the more beneficial. Up next, let's go with an interesting tag team match. I want to go for Zeus and Jack Pride together. I want to see if they have any chemistry, because they both wear sunglasses as well, which I've noticed. They could be a pretty cool little tag team if there is some chemistry there. And I think they can take on Red, White, and Blue. I think Jack Pride's obviously... I think he versed Blue Dragon just recently, so... It kind of fits the whole scenario where we're going with at the moment. And Robinson to be the road agent there. We'll make that the storytelling match as well. I should check the storylines. Okay, that's easy. We only need 2 storylines with 50 or more heat. And all 4 of our storylines have over 50. So there we go. And these two are really good. Title challenges, and then the power of Zeus versus the anger of Gilmore. Such a good storyline name, that one. I really like my creative skills when it comes to that. And then finally, we'll go one more match, just a nice little singles match here. I guess it would be called a tune-up match. And let's have Goldstein take on Charlie Corner. And that'll just be a nice, easy, cruisy victory there for Aussie Goldstein. Nice. Okay. What is our problem here? I'm assuming our problem is... Oh! That's not good. Too much refereeing. Are there any referees locally? Please tell me there are. Who's this guy? He's got face tats. Face tattoos. Pretty bad. There's also an agitator. You have any refereeing skill? 0. Perfect. Okay. We're in for a bit of bother at the moment. We have one referee. We essentially need 2, being a medium-sized company. Ah, God. Okay. This is bad. Really bad. At least we figure this out now before the big pay-per-view. But yeah. I'm not liking it at all. Okay. So I guess what we're going to have to do in either we get rid of one match Yeah, let's get rid of one match. I want to see if that makes a difference. So we'll get rid of this first one. Seems fine. Okay. So we're just going to run with 4 matches on this show. We might actually... No, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. Alright, so Gilmore's going to have... what am I doing? Angry Gilmore. Mind blank. I'm starting to freak out a little bit. I thought I was ready. For medium size, but... It's proven to be just a little bit too much for me at the moment. Anyway. There is Gilmore's angle. We then need Feel Good Inc. So Gary Walker, who's probably the next person we try and give a exclusive written contract to. And of course, his boy Zippy Deverill. Alright, so double entertainment for those boys. There we go. We'll advance that storyline as well. Let me book these angles really quick because I don't want to make the episode go for too long. So up next, we'll go for Davis. Scripted by himself. Book that one in there as well. And then finally, I guess, let's go with Zeus and Jack Pride. Why not? Put them together. Should be pretty good. Let's actually script them both. Just in case. I would prefer... Okay, perfect. There we go. So we're at 96 minutes anyway. So that's what we expect. But we need a new referee. I have to sign another referee. Alright, so we start off with a 62 rated angle for this this possible tag team that we could be setting up here. We could actually set up maybe a new stable. If these two have... I pray they have some chemistry. Because that would be the perfect way to start a new stable. And align them with Davis Wayne Newton. Yeah, it's a good angle, 62, it's solid enough. No chemistry, but there's no negative chemistry there either. There's no negative chemistry, but we get a 45 for this opening match where we have Zeus Maximilian and Primetime Jack Pride defeating Red, White, and Blue in 11:57 when Zeus submitted Blue Dragon with an Olympian clutch. And yeah, Zeus carried the match with a 60 in-ring. Pretty happy with that. Kind of sucks there's no chemistry, but it is what it is. We then go into our World Champions 77 rated angle, where he cuts a promo saying, you know, he's going to defy the odds at the pay-per-view next month, and he's going to end the year as the most successful World Champion in CWC history. Really solid angle there, considering he's scripted. We then go into a 64 rated match, carrying Jay Silver up to a 64 when he got a 24 in-ring. But yeah, Davis Wayne Newton defeating Jay Silver in 12-13 by pinfall with a fisherman's suplex. Good stuff. We then go into a 63 rated angle for our boys Feel Good Inc. Yeah, interesting. I mean, they both did well without scripts, but you know, the rating seemed a little bit lower than what I would expect them to get. I kind of expected them to get like a 70 at a minimum. Because I felt like they were getting 75s pretty frequently before they became champions. Anyway, I think Zippy has morale issues, so that could be a bit of a problem. The tag team title rematch, getting a 56 here. And we do have Feel Good Inc. defeating Los Hermanos 3 in 11:50 when Gary Walker pinned Ray Cavallero with a lip service, and Feel Good Inc. make defense number 2 of the Coalition tag team titles. So yeah, this is basically the story behind this is it was Hermanos' rematch, and what we're going to do now is move Marco into the sort of upper mid card scene and get him out of this tag team. He'll still be in the tag team because of stable work, but it's going to be Luis Frost and Ray Cavallero that are going to be the tag team title challengers from now on. So yeah. Angry Gilmore. He just does it. He just does it. I don't know how, but he's really good and he just does it. Gets another 100 rated angle this time. Equaling his 100 he got back in week 4 of November. Absolutely superb working without a script. as you'd expect, saying he's going to become the world champion at the pay-per-view. And of course, that leads us into a pretty bad main event. We only get a 62 rating here. Yeah, that could cost us. I'm a little bit worried about that. Anyway, Angry Gilmore defeating James Diaz, of course, one of the competitors in that 5-way match, in 1932 by pinfall with an anger management. 62 in ring for Gilmore, and a nice 67 there for Diaz. I would say a 62 is a pretty fair result. Let's have a look at the stamina. I think, yeah. Gilmore can't do 20-minute matches, even with a slow build anymore. His stamina's too low. I think if we put him in the main event again, it's got to be maybe 18, maybe even lower, down to 16 with a slow build. Unfortunate, very unfortunate, but it is what it is. We can't change his stamina. We can't do anything about that. He's 44 years old, so there we go. Anyway, we finished the show. We still get a pretty decent rating, considering we got some penalties here. We get a 64, and it increases, obviously, our popularity in every region but Ontario. Because, again, we're only 5 points higher than our actual popularity at the moment, so kind of understandable. I'm still happy with the 64 there. But what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to get another referee. We're going to have to increase at least these two production values, I think. I think that's kind of our prerogative at the moment to do those. And yeah, let's praise Zeus. Actually, Zeus, their issues left, didn't they? So we need Zippy. I think we need Charlie, who I didn't actually use this show. Who else? Yeah, I don't actually know. I'm just gonna praise Davis, and I'm gonna praise Diaz in case he's still got morale issues. I don't think he does though, so let's not do that. Let's go Gary Walker. Why not? Good old Gaza. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so referee, production values, pay-per-view. Let's do it. That was still a pretty good show. The main event was kind of lackluster, I guess, but I mean, I shouldn't probably depend on Gilmore too much in the main events unless he's going against somebody that's really, really good. I think that's probably the way to go from now on. Okay. Referee, first of all. Let's get a decent referee, I think. Because I think our ref is not great. I think I want at least like a 70 rated referee. And again, it doesn't really matter if they are... Alright, so you work for QAW. How good are you? 91 refereeing. Holy. She's only 220 per show. I mean, let's get Erin Lawrence. Why not? Is anyone better? Nope. Nope. Oh, no. No one's going to be better. Literally no one. Hold on a second. Quincy is pretty close. Although Erin's still better, but he's only 25. Have a look at him for a second. Oh, his refereeing is going up 2 per month. Should I just try and sign him on a written contract? I mean, it's going to be... probably going to be a lot more than 11k, to be fair. I almost want to try and sign him on a written contract. But that could be really risky. And referees just not a... It's got 100 refereeing. Oh my god. He works for New York City. I might just go for this guy. And let me put Quincy onto the shortlist. Aaron onto the shortlist as well. But I think we're going to go for RM Stones. Yeah, just on a handshake deal. We'll try and get him a little bit lower, maybe 200. Probably have to cover his travel. We'll try for A shows and above. Take 220? 220? 260, okay. That's really not that bad for a 100 rated referee. I don't even think I've ever seen a 100 for refereeing before, ever. Alright, so he must be pretty popular as well, because he wants some merchandise, which is interesting for a referee. He wants 20%. Okay. We do no travel. Man, this guy knows how to negotiate, I'll tell you that. There we go. What's his popularity? Oh wow, he's got like 50s and 45s in Ontario. Okay, so there's our new referee. Production values. Let's have a look at these. Before I upgrade, I want to look at the costs a little bit. So 1,500 per month, and then 500 per show. 7,500 per month, and then 2,000 per show. So that's 8,000 at the moment, potentially 10,000 once we get a TV show. Plus, that's an extra 17,500 would be paying per month. Ooh, that's brutal. And that's 2,500 per show. That's another extra 12,500 once we get a TV show. We're going to do it. We're going to do it because we have the money. We have the money. This is the big problem, though. Because that's 10k just to upgrade, but then 7,500 per month. And we're only paying 2,500, so that's an extra 5k on top per month. I guess we could go up to in-house. But like I said, there's not really any point because they are industry standard. So we have to go up again. I'm not even sure if it's 2 above. It could be 3 above. I have no idea. I think I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to get 1 penalty, but 1 is better than 3. 1 is better than 3. Anyway, I need to... Okay, sorry, I had to sit up out of my chair there. Ooh, okay. Here we go. Season finale, the end of year show. The end of year pay-per-view. I think next episode we're going to kick things off looking at our broadcasters and kind of getting a bit of a feel for who we're going to go for. Because obviously, in my mind, I had, what was it? Udemand Canada. Was it Udemand? I think it was Udemand. The small broadcasting pay-per-view carrier. So it has small coverage across Canada. We might be able to aim for a medium coverage across Canada now. That might be what we should probably go for. We'll probably end up getting onto Udemand first. I'm obviously going to have to work out, timelines as well for that type of stuff. But the game plan is to get a pay-per-view carrier. I think once we get pay-per-view, then I will move to a TV show onto Wrestle World. Because I want to keep trying to improve the US popularity as well. Alright, so here's RM Stones, 100 rated referee. I like it. I like it. Alright, let's get into the pay-per-view now. This main event's going to be a big one. I mean, you saw what happened when we had a handicap match, so I'm expecting a similar sort of thing. They got 81 rating for that main event. Dude, I'm expecting at least an 80 plus for this main event. It's for the world title as well. So I'm assuming that world title prestige is going to be another positive to the match itself. Could be crazy. It could be crazy. And of course, I think next episode will also I think at this point we've got to just implement our mid-card title. We're not gonna purchase it. I mean, I think what we could do is in the future, or maybe what we could do actually, let's do it this way. Next episode, what I'm going to do is purchase the title belt, the old Canadian belt. I might even purchase the world belt. That's a good idea. If I purchase the CGC world title, I could then have a merger for it. We could have a unification match. All right, so we got a pay rise request here from our color commentator. Sorry, I was about to say announcer in Grace Harper. I mean, Ray's pretty good. Ray is pretty good, but again, Black Maple. He's not going to leave. We're at war. I don't like you. You're going to have to look elsewhere. Okay. Here we go. Last show of the episode. What an episode it's been as well. I mean, medium size. Best show. Followed by the next best show, which was also an 81 rated main event, which is our best ever match by a long shot. I think our previous best match was a 76, I think. I mean, I can check it. Let's check it. New profile, top 100s, matches. It was a 74. We beat it by 7 points. That is insane, man. And that was Americana defeating Davis Wayne Newton back in the day. Our third best is the double DQ with Gilmore and Goldstein. Interesting. But there we go. The time to take over is now. Here we go. Let's book that main event. All right. What are we doing? Who's absent? Oh, I forgot. The one thing I forgot. Oh, no. Oh. I can't believe I've done this. Oh, I forgot. It completely just had so many things to think about. It just went straight out of my mind. Oh, no. Oh, he's only absent because he's still working for them. But in my mind, I gave him the exclusive written contract. So I must have just thought, oh, it's all fine. He's with us now. It's okay. But of course, it doesn't activate for a month. That is so damn frustrating. Again, comes back to bite us in the ass. All right, so we're going to Toronto. That is where I like to run all of our big shows, our big monthly, end of month pay-per-views. So we're going to have to do a fatal four-way, I guess. Which kind of defeats the purpose of the match in the first place, because it was meant to be, two different storylines coming together a little bit. Yeah, Davis, Angry Gilmore. We'll go James Diaz and Zeus Maximilian. 20 minutes, world title on the line. Oh, man, that sucks so bad. So bad. I really just wish that would have gone a different way. And I really do wish that he was here, because it would have made the match just that much better as well. It would have made it rate better. Now it's probably gonna struggle to get an 80, I think. Damn it! I'm frustrated at that. Anyway, what we're also gonna do, we're gonna have a triple threat tag team match. We're gonna have Feel Good Inc. in there. We're gonna have Young and Wasted in there. Let's do a ladder match. I want to do a ladder match. A triple threat ladder match for the tag team titles. Where are we? There. Perfect. All right. So Feel Good, Rock City Stars, and Young and Wasted. And how long do we? Let's give him 16. Let's give him a slow build. Yeah, we'll give him a slow build there. Unfortunately, we can't call the match, but I'm pretty happy with a slow build. And the Coalition Tag Team titles are on the line. Let me just go back to this main event. Okay, perfect. Just wanted to double check that RM Stones was the referee there for the two title matches. He's obviously the senior referee. Let me have a look at the other guy, because maybe his skills have gone up a little bit. And they haven't. He's still at about 60s, so that's interesting. But anyway, did we do any meddling? I don't think we did. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's get this bad boy booked, because it's going to be an hour and 40 minutes long for this episode. So, what do we want to do next? Let's go Gonzalez and Sono, the future of the company, if you will. I want that one to be with RM Stones as well. Yeah, I'm not sure who wins this one. I think Gonzalez wins it. Actually, no. Sono's going to win. Sono's going to win. I'll tell you why. Because he's got a... Actually, they both have... I was going to say because he has a manager, but they both have managers, so that doesn't really make any sense. I'm pretty sure we can call as well for these two. I think Gonzalez does have 60... Oh no, he's only 58. Never mind. Okay, we cannot call. I guess in a weird way, it's good that he's taken on a Sono who has better psychology than he does. Alright. Next match, let's go a tag team match. Who have we got left? Let's go Red, White, and Blue, and they can take on Doomsday Generation. And we will indeed get a victory here for Red, White, and Blue. For Americana, needs a win. This can be our storytelling match as well. Not really too fussed if, yeah, he's the referee for that one. Actually, what I might do is make Art Reed the road agent for that match as well. And then finally, last match on the card. I think this is going to be Art Reed's last ever match. I don't think he's ever going to wrestle for us again. He's a road agent, which is fine. We might actually get rid of him, now that I think about it. We get rid of him, we could bring in a much better road agent than Alexander Robinson, which is only going to help our matches be better. I think that's probably the way to go as well. But let's have him take on Jack Pride. Of course, this is a match we did a lot back in the start of the series. So Jack Pride's going to get his comeuppance once again. And he's going to beat the wily old veteran. And yeah. That's going to be a bad match. I know that one's going to be bad. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. Let's go for Angry Gilmore. He's going to have another angle. And I guess he's going to cut his angle on all four competitors, but they're all going to be off screen. So let's take them off the screen. Give them all success, because he's talking about them in a pretty decent light. Well, he's obviously not talking about them in a decent light, but he's still putting them over while he's talking about them and how he's going to beat all three of them tonight. Then we'll go the Rock City Stars. Because they've actually been more impressive in the angles than Feel Good Inc. And I thought Feel Good Inc. were going to like really kick on a little bit, but yeah. So let's go Rock and Ryan Turner. And our boy Stan Manor. There we go. Both are long-serving members of our roster. They'll probably have to be road agented by... Yeah, they're going to have to be road agented by Art Reed. How much time have we got? We've still got one more angle. Okay. It's not too bad. Who do we want to go for, though? That's the question. Maybe a Sono and Deanna Desire. Let's go for those two, because they're going to get the victory. We're going to script both of them as well. With Art Reed, and that's fine. That'll go there. This match here will be Work the Crowd. Hopefully it'll be good enough. Anyway, we'll soon find out. Okay, here we go, guys. Combined action to round off 2022 and our first 2 weeks of being a medium-sized company. Also going to wrap up episode 25. And we start off with a 40 rated match. I thought this was going to be worse. So I'm pleasantly surprised. Also, 10,700 fans in Toronto. And we have Primetime Jack Pride defeating Art Reed in 11:41 by pinfall with a Pride fall. Unfortunately, Art Reed seemed off his game, but the guy hasn't wrestled in about 6 months, probably. Something like that. Anyway, happy with that. Good win there for Jack Pride, getting a 40 in-ring. So, he's getting better. He's getting better. I've got to put some faith in him. Alright, we then go into another 40 rated match, which I'm also pretty happy with. If these, younger guys and less popular guys can get consistent 40 ratings, I'm going to be very happy. I'll be a happy man. Anyway, we do have Red, White, and Blue defeating Doomsday Generation in 11:51 when Americana pinned Wicked Lester with a Freedom Splash. Yeah, good stuff. Just a good match. Good tag team match between, I guess, 2 of our lower down teams. Alright, so we then go into a 51 rated angle for Deanna Desire and her client, Sono. Yeah, doing some good work there. 51's not too bad. It is scripted as well. His match gets a 56 where we have Sono defeating Marco Gonzalez in 12:07 by pinfall with an Osono face melter. And of course, both these guys do have exclusive written contracts with the company. And they are the future. They really are. Especially Osono, the megastar himself. Yeah, 52 there for Gonzalez and a nice 48 as well for Osono. I think Gonzalez is more popular than Osono at the moment. So, hopefully a nice little boost for him. We are going to book Gonzalez pretty strong going forward into next year as well. So, do not be alarmed. Alright, we then go into a 65 rated angle, which is interesting because the reason why I gave them the angle is because I thought they would do better than Feel Good Inc. And Feel Good Inc. have been getting 65s recently as well. So, yeah, going into the triple threat ladder match for the Coalition Tag Team titles. It's a good match. We get a 61 rated semi-main event. And we do have the Rock City Stars defeating Feel Good Inc. and Young and Wasted in a ladder match in 16:27 when Stan Manor retrieved the item. The Rock City Stars win the Coalition Tag Team titles. New champions. Feel Good Inc. could not get it done. There was just too much going on. Young and Wasted, they're a great team as well. But you got the veterans in the Rock City Stars. Ryan Turner, Stan Manor, getting the job done. Winning their first tag team titles in the company. Very happy for them. And kind of a good way for them to win it in the season finale. Alright, we then go into an 88 rated angle here from Angry Gilmore. And of course, he's cutting an interesting promo on the other 3 members of the Fatal 4-Way match. I was about to say triple threat. 88, it's a little bit lower than what he's been getting recently. Did a masterful job of improvising. Apparently the announcing lifted and the color commentary gave it a boost. But it was lower than the 100 that he got last time when they were penalized. Don't understand that one. Anyway, here we go, guys. The main event. Ooh, that is good to see. 80 rating for our main event. Our last match of the year on our last pay-per-view of the year. And we get an 80. Yes. I was worried when Goldstein wasn't going to be in it. But these boys, they pulled it off. Alright, so we had Angry Gilmore defeating Davis Wayne Newton, James Diaz, and Zeus Maximilian in 20 minutes, 25 seconds when Angry Gilmore pinned James Diaz with an anger management. Angry Gilmore wins the CWC world title. The 44-year-old has got it done. He's come in like a house on fire, and he's pretty much from day one, he said that he's going to win the world championship. And of course, he almost beat Davis a couple of months ago. Zeus made his debut, cost him the title. We then had Davis and Zeus aligning themselves together. Angry Gilmore at the last big, end of month pay-per-view, he beat Zeus, even though Davis got himself included in the match. Let's say included. It was a botched interference that cost Zeus the match overall, if you want to look at it that way. But he's come back from that type of stuff, and now he's won a Fatal 4-Way match at 44 years old. They said he couldn't do it anymore. They said he had ring rust, and now he's the world champion. And constantly pulling in massively rated angles. The wrestling side's not the greatest in the world, but boy, is he getting it done. And yeah, 86 in ring there from Davis. Still the GOAT. So happy to still have him, man. I really am. We've got a 66 for Gilmore. We've got a 64 there for Diaz. And a 70 for Zeus Maximilian. That's very impressive. He's 45. He's a year older than Angry Gilmore. Getting the job done. Very impressive. What a show. What a show from top to bottom. We get a 71 overall rating. But realistically, that would be probably a 75, I would say, without this penalty here. But as you can see, we did increase our popularity in 18 regions. So we got the popularity increase in Ontario. Who do we want to praise? Good question. Who do we want to praise? I almost just want to praise the main event. Yeah, let's just go. I'm going Zeus. I'm going Angry Gilmore, and I'm going with Davis. That's some main event. Obviously, I would go for Diaz as well, but he was the worst performer, and I've also praised him for like the last 4 shows. So I don't think he really needs it anymore. He's definitely gotten over those morale issues. Anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave it where we are. The start of next episode, what I'm going to do is we're going to go into Wrestler of the Year, all that type of stuff. 159,000 viewers there. Impressive. And we're also going to find out how much money we made. As you can see, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, it looks like we've made about $700,000. Because a little bit of that's going to go down because of the written contracts, but yeah, looks like we made about 700,000. Okay, let's check the size and then we'll wrap it up. So we are up to 60 popularity, 37 in Manitoba and Quebec, 26 in Saskatchewan, and 17 unfortunately in Alberta, still slowly increasing. Anyways, that is going to be it for this episode, guys. An hour and 45 minutes long. Make sure you smash the like button. If you've watched this far, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. This series has been incredible so far, but we're literally like only just now, I would say, getting to the halfway point. Even still, we're actually probably a bit behind the halfway point. Even still, we're like almost coming up to the halfway point. I'm rambling on. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Press the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Turn that bell on. And yeah, don't know what else to say. My voice is starting to go. I've been speaking for an hour and 45 minutes. And I've enjoyed every second of it. So thank you guys. Apart from that, as always, take it easy and goodbye.